FedEx full, we commanding the block. Burgundy and gold, got the city on lock. Hustling plays, ain't no need to pretend. DC reppin' strong and we fight to the end. Commanders moving, no breaks, no pause. Hands in the dirt, respecting the call. KDot and Amit, dissect the grind. District divider with a city in mind. Join the damn squad, don't miss a bit. And you gotta spread the words, or shit is shit. KDot.
An absolutely disastrous day in Minneapolis yesterday for the Washington Commanders, who lost 31-0 on the road to the Minnesota Vikings. So this is the post-game reaction to it. I'm Amit. That is KDot. Please like, subscribe, etc. We're skipping the usual thing because you don't get shut out very often. And so we're just gonna jump straight into it with the pressing question first. Then we'll get into what went well, and what didn't. And there's going to be plenty of time for the latter. KDot, the first question is this. Jayden gets hurt on the Van Ginkel's screen, or at least it looks like he's holding, his left arm. We know about the injury. He goes to the medical tent, comes out, slams his helmet. Find out after he's left out for precautionary reasons, pulled for precautionary reasons. The question that's being revisited right now is, should we shut Jayden Daniels down the rest of the season? Has your answer changed? What do you think?
Absolutely not. I think that more than anything with this game, stress is how much he needs to fucking reps. So my thing is that look, man, if at the end of the day, if the only way this thing is going to work is if we wrap him in bubble wrap, or he's not going to take protecting himself more seriously, then this just isn't going to work. And that's what his career is going to be. So this is put up or shut up, right? So it's you're either going to be healthy or you're not going to be healthy, but we're not going to wrap your ass in bubble wrap. Your second overall pick. We were in an NFC Championship game last year. We know you're capable of doing something different than what it is you're doing right now, and we know you're not protecting yourself the way that you need to. I get even on the interception, whenever you're trying to run back, you're trying to do what you can do, you get fucking that shit happens. It's the reason why you get a lot of those quarterbacks do not try that shit, right? So it's you still got something to learn, and the only way you're going to learn is fucking playing. Because as of right now, it does not look like the things that Marcus Mariota are doing is sinking into you while you're watching on the sidelines. So we need the reps.
We need the reps. I completely agree with you. My answer has not changed. We need him to be able to learn how to play this year in particular, because last year it feels like I'm seeing a totally different guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
This year, I need him to show that he can finish a game, right? Just to start with. I also want people to understand that the way he got hurt was on an interception, right? It wasn't like he was running around doing his thing, like he was getting back to try and make a tackle. He gets pushed. The one alarming thing to me was, if you're medically cleared, if you land on that same injured part, I wasn't expecting it to hurt that much, but it seems like it did. But it's football, right? You need him to play. And it's just unfortunate that happened, but he'll be fine for the next week. Dan Quinn already said it was, again, precautionary reasons. What were you laughing at, KDot?
I was laughing. I forget. I don't know if it was on here, but I know I said it to multiple people over the course of the last few days. They were like, oh, Jayden's healthy. I'm like, he's cleared. I know if there's one thing I do know is that he's going to come back sooner than he needs to, or sooner than he probably should come back. I think that's a given with the way that this dude is, right? And I don't mind that necessarily but once you're in the game and you were cleared and you want to go play, I make zero excuses about whatever your injury stuff is. So if you're out there wincing every time you throw a football, I'm like, well, why are you out there? If that's going to be the case, if you're out there and you're playing, then you're supposed to give us the best shot to win. And right now, the thing that's frustrating me is that I still don't even know what the ceiling is for this kid, because I saw what it is that I saw last year. But this fact still remains: the guy who gives us the best opportunity to win week in and week out as of right now, and it is a ridiculous thing to say, is Marcus Mariota. And I don't want that to be the fucking case. No one wants that to be the case.
So with that, let's get into the game itself now, right? So once again, Vikings 31, Commanders 0. Feels ridiculous to start with what went well. So I'll let you decide, KDot, if you want to start with what went well or what didn't. Floor is yours.
The opening drive
Yep.
wasn't terrible. Like the opening drive was the rushing attack with C-Rod and the way that they were sprinkling in McNichols and Bill at a certain point in the game where it was like, oh wow, if you guys stuck with this would be kind of cool, right? That stretch where every first down we were running and it looked like something was gonna happen, those things look good. Why do we not going to go that far. Just what's good, right? So that looked pretty decent. Hey, the Ben Simmons check down against the blitz. Wow. You think maybe we could do that more than one? I'm sorry. All right, good. That was good. Like, that was a good thing. Colson Yankoff, as aggressive as he looks in the blocking scheme and taking place of Zach Ertz, it looked like that was the natural placement that they had for Zach Ertz was Colson Yankoff. Sorry, but like knowing where it is that kid's come from, that's a good thing. That's some good roster building, I guess, to some degree, if you really like Colson Yankoff in that way. Seeing Debo and Terry in their element in the sense of what this could be looked good. Like Terry as your wide receiver wanting to take some shots, even though I think they made it take too many goddamn shots. And then your Debo Samuel, as far that screen in like 3rd and 14 or whatever the fuck it was for that first down, that to me encompassed everything that I ever wanted to see from Debo Samuel in the burgundy and gold. Like that to me was everything. Like the cheers that I had off of that was insane. And I'm done with positives.
Yep, that's fair. So to echo what you said, that opening drive, it felt a bit more like last season where we were just able to move the ball seemingly at will. We were able to run. Jayden under center was a positive.
That's the other one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice to see that because I was just thinking, I was like, when was the last time I've seen this? And I literally could not remember. So maybe it was like the first time. And so that was nice to see because we also ran well out of it. You know, you'd have the H-back move in motion or the fullback move in motion a little bit, be the lead blocker, and we would get 7-8 yards. So that was really nice to see. That's the only other positive I have because we'll get into the stats. None of them are good. The defense got 4 sacks. So statistically, that's cool. But that's about it from me.
One more on the Jayden piece. Early on, his processing looked okay.
Yes.
Like very early on in the game before people started putting their hands on him, before he started, you could eat. There was a moment where ghosts were there. Like you could just
understandably so. I mean, they were getting 3 rushers over and over.
To a certain degree. I mean, that goes in the Cliff Kingsbury, also the all-22 in the sense of there are a lot of voids. And we talked about like attacking the space of that void. And it felt as though Jayden wasn't looking there. It looked as though sometimes the play call wasn't designed to go there. But that goes into more of the bad stuff. But I would say processing early on and the first series or two, it looked like he trusted his protection. Like I thought that like, okay, we got ourselves a game now. Like Jayden's gonna do it. And it just felt as though the exact opposite was happening, is that he was trusting it less as the game went on, unless we were in very specific situations, which is like he's under center. He doesn't have an opportunity to necessarily think as much as you just got to get this play going, right? So like there was an angle of like I saw a glimpse. It wasn't long, but I did see a glimpse, a little glimmer of like what I want to see from him from a processing standpoint and get rid of the fucking football.
Yeah, it did look smooth at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then as the game progressed, as he started seeing ghosts because of those 3 rushers, because Brian Flores blitzes more than any
because he doesn't know what he's saying.
And there you go. Let's go to what didn't go well because, yeah, that really does wrap up the positives. There are a lot of places you can go with this one.
I want to start.
Go ahead.
I'm blazing. I'm usually red zone short yardage fucking cowardice bullshit. What the fuck was that? What was that series? What was that series near the goal line? C-Rod has been gashed these bitches. And you decide we're going to throw it 3 times from the fucking goal line? It feels as though every once in a while, Cliff Kingsbury and Jayden Daniels just have this thing. We're going to be the heroes, guys. Stop this bullshit. You were gashing these motherfuckers. You didn't even try once. We didn't try not once. Not hey, let's just give it a shot. He got us down here, right? Even from a respect standpoint. If I'm C-Rod or one of those dudes, I am fucking livid. You pieces of shit. This is Marshawn Lynch in the Super Bowl type shit. Like, you want us to do it? And then, because to me, that's the game. That to me is the game. It's once they turn the ball over on downs and Denver put together Minnesota put together
Look like Denver.
the best goddamn drive anyone has seen all season. Right? That was heart ripped out of chest, placed on the ground, and I am using my cleats to stomp on that bitch. That was, you saw demoralizing? Like, the motherfuckers go to third down on every time and convert. Their average yards to go with 8.8 yards to get the first down. They converted every single one of them, except for the last one, which was just a touchdown when I led it, the third and one. That to me was your ball game. If your score there, they don't have that drive, right? Like, the drive is the thing.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, it's us not converting, right, on that goal to go situation, and the ensuing Vikings drive collectively, that was the ball game. Is that what you're saying?
That to me is that we've never recovered from that.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to say 1,000% agree, because initially I was going to say if it was just our drive, I was like, okay, that sucked, but it's still 7-0. The heart-wrenching, soul-sucking, all of it of the Vikings drive right after that was brutal. And we'll get to that in just a moment. I wanted to hammer home your Chris Rodriguez point. The very first run for him, 4 yards. The next one, 10 yards. The next one after that, 15 yards. Then it's first and goal at the 4. He gets 2. To not give him a chance after that is crazy. And that falls on Cliff, unless Jayden's checking out of something. I don't recall him checking out of anything in that spot. So what are we doing there, right? Let's not outthink ourselves. So that's coaching, right?
Do you remember, there's a bar that is one of my clients. I'm not going to say the name because this is not going to be the greatest thing. But
yeah,
the entire time it happened, I thought about this. You know how, like, the bar that I talk about, I keep telling you, like, you should go there to watch sports. You're like, I don't trust them.
Yep.
And it's like, you are what I need the GM of the bar to understand. You are what you are, motherfucker. I don't give a shit what you.
That is such a good comp, and I wish people knew who you were talking about.
Yeah, but it's like, well, I don't give a. This the last few weeks we saw an identity start to form, and every time we went to it in this game, you know what happened? Good things, and then you know what they still said? We don't want to do that. And it's like, all right, so you know what? If that's your choice, right? If that's your choice, then what's your results? Oh, 0 points. Oh, great job.
So now we get to the Vikings drive, right? Which it's 3rd and 6 at the Minnesota 6, right? I'm going to go through each third down.
Please do.
3rd and 6 at the Minnesota 6. Okay, you can get this ball back. JJ McCarthy has an open lane up the middle. He gets 7 yards. Okay, so that's 1. Then we get 3rd and 9 at the Minnesota 37. JJ McCarthy. He's been struggling this whole season, by the way. 3rd and 9. Pass complete to Jalen Naylor. 12 yards. All right. Cool. Now we got 3rd and 8 at our 49. JJ McCarthy pass deep left to Jordan Addison. 21 yards. 3rd and 12. It's that little wide receiver inside screen to Justin Jefferson. 12 yards needed. They got 13. And then 3rd and 1, they run that little counter. Mason beats Sanders still on the corner. And that's it. And just like KDot said, I completely agree. I said 1,000%. And that might be low. That game was over. Because all of a sudden we're getting the ball back with 5.5 minutes, and then we go 3 and out.
Jayden got cold again. The only time that we got in a rhythm at some point during and it's like everybody had amnesia because they hadn't been out there for a quarter.
For half an hour is what it felt like. You know?
Did you see Jayden's face on the sideline?
Yeah.
Like, it just looked like the moment I saw that, I'm like, this is not good. I was like, this is nothing because the other thing with that drive is the defense does a good job on 1st and 2nd down pretty much every single time. We've got them exactly where we want. 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 12. You beg for that. Why? Because that's usually us in our bag, or at least it was more in our bag with Joe Witt because when we were playing man and doing some things with the pressures that we weren't zone. But still, that's what you want. If you told me that you're going to have multiple opportunities at 3rd and 8 plus, like I crave that. Not that they're going to convert every single one of them. That is demoralizing.
But we had mentioned this in the Denver game. Like early on, it just felt like any 3rd down, I felt confident Denver was going to get. That was the same thing in this one, right? They started 6 for 6 on 3rd down, and then it was 6 for 7. And I don't think they converted one after that, but who cares? The game's over, right? Like that's the thing. You need to. So when you see stats, right? And you go, oh, okay, 6 of 11. I mean, that's still a good percentage for the Vikings. What you need to understand is when these things happen, because 6 for 6 at the beginning is what killed the game, right? Like that's the thing that flipped the game. You've got a struggling quarterback. Yes, he's at home, but he's struggling. You're not able to get enough pressure on him. And now his confidence is growing, and the running backs are all averaging 5 yards a carry.
Yeah, because that's the thing. There's some nuance in this, right? So, like I said, because I should have started with this with the good part too. Also, I got a fucking zit patch on my face. God damn it! It's been a weird morning, guys. All right, that hurt. I won't admit that it did. Okay, part of the good, they did a good job on first and second down. That drive in particular, like what they were doing with some of the simulated pressure, like Quan Martin and certain things, like they looked decent. It's just the same thing going back to that Denver game. If you're playing zone and you don't get pressure and they are going to throw the ball, there's going to be something open eventually. And that's what happened every time. There was something open eventually. Like that, I just, to bottle up, like one first and second down, there were moments where JJ looked confused. There were times where JJ did not know what to do with the fucking football. There were moments of that. And it was just, that drive to me was like, it's the perfect combination of everything that gets you to a point where mentally you're gone. You're checked out. It's like that. What does that feel like to be? That's the longest drive of the season by far. I think it's the longest drive in the.
It was the longest drive. Okay, so for the Vikings, it was this century.
Yes.
Right, because it was 12 minutes, and I think it was the longest one in 4 years in the NFL, right. Something like that. And it felt like that. It was just like, oh my God, they got the ball, KDot, with 2:42 left in the first quarter. We got it back with 5:41 left in the second quarter.
Good thing. I did like the game moved quickly.
I was noticing that because I was just like, oh, we are way ahead of everybody.
We're rolling
else.
through this, bitch.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to have a lot of time to watch Red Zone. It's like,
you're going to catch the witching hour. This game's over. Jeez.
It's what that drive does is it's kind of like akin to what we did to Chicago with the Hail Mary. It's like, this looks deeper than it is. It's the defense thinks they're doing a good job on first and second down. They get beat time and time again on third down. Whatever that does to you mentally, it does to you mentally. Jayden Daniels on the offense finally getting into a rhythm, then completely screwing the fucking pooch at the end of it in the red zone. Then instead of having an opportunity to go correct those mistakes or to get back into a rhythm, hey, go sit down for half an hour. Especially the quarterback that's already cold because he hasn't played in a few weeks. Go sit down there for a bit. Right. And then this is what you get back into the groove. And you just saw everything that might have been even good that we saw at the beginning of the drive felt like it just turned into an amnesia thing. And then it just felt like, oh, yeah, this is Jayden before the injury again. Cool.
Yeah.
And this is Cliff before the
injury, too. Right. Yeah, exactly. And so the stat lines, we'll quickly touch on those. Jayden Daniels, 9 of 20, 78 yards, pick on the Van Ginkel screen, which, if you listen to our preview, and probably many previews for that matter, look out for that guy. He's very, very good at wide receiver screens. And because we didn't, that is also the play Jayden ends up getting hurt on. Jayden gets sacked. It's the little push out of bounds, but a passer rating of 35. Mariota comes in, 204, 30 yards, a pick, a lost fumble. That didn't go any better. And the running game, Chris Rodriguez continues to be able to do something, but then we just pulled the plug on him. Right? Like, I don't really get that. And then Bill had 7 carries, 32 yards. So he also pretty effective. It's just later on in the game. And JJ McCarthy was fantastic. 16 of 23, easily his best day as a pro, 163 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. The first time he has not turned the ball over in his career, and 6 carries for 19 yards. He also had a passer rating of 129.2, QBR 75. So JJ, congratulations. KDot, congratulations. The running backs, Aaron Jones, 14 carries, 76 yards. Jordan Mason, this is how you commit to a run game, by the way. 11 carries, 52 yards, and a touchdown. They damn near both. Well, Aaron Jones over 5 yards a carry, Jordan Mason just south of it. But the way it was happening was just, you knew. Yeah. Go ahead.
And it put us on ice by the end of it, right? It was like, it was over past that point. And Aaron Jones, like, he's been waiting for one of those games where he can feel a little more warmed up over the course of the game. It's been a minute since I've seen that from him. He's actually like that running back group is the one reason I don't have Minnesota higher in my mind than it is I do have them, right? So like, oh man, you know what it felt like at certain points of this game, and then the Mariota piece is that look, man, Mariota's been the starter for a few weeks. To ask him to get out of that mindset, go sit on the bench. He's experienced the same cold period that everybody else has experienced, and then go back in there and try to have the interception was terrible. I'm not going to deny that. It was fucking bad. But you could see that he was cold too. And like, look, man, you ask Mariota, who's your backup, to do this much this long, you got to start expecting some bad shit's going to happen. At least he's not going to be. That's the reason he's not a starter.
KDot, moving forward, there's a lot we can get to.
There's so much, dog.
There's so much.
Zach, man,
that's what I wanted to touch on was the Zach Ertz injury. So I was like, oh, did you have like a funeral thing ready? Like, I mean, like his career is effectively over. It's a feared torn ACL. It was a brutal hit when you see it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, just the throw placement plus where the defender was coming from. Tough to see because I know we want to see Ben Sinnott, just to be clear. Like, let's do the whole thing. I know we want to see Ben Sinnott. This is not the way you want to see Ben Sinnott. You want, like, the coaching staff to be like, okay, let's give the young guys an opportunity. Ben Sinnott only had 13 snaps. That sucks for Zach because he's been steady the whole season for us. He just came off a 100-yard game. And this is probably going to end his career, right? Like, he was already kind of on the fence, but he had some juice from last season because he was excited to be a part of this. If he tore his ACL, he's missing, obviously, the rest of this season, and that's going to bleed into next season. At his age, like, it's going to take time. It's done. So I really feel for Zach.
I feel terrible for him to see him crying, to see to see who was it that knelt down and prayed next to him. I forget who that was, but the Jayden in the helmet throw. I thought Jayden was more angry about Zach than he was about himself. Like like you saw, like that's your heart and soul of the offense to a certain degree. And I will be brutally honest. And I don't feel good about this, but there was a part of me that felt as though maybe this will force him to do something else. Like, it sucks. It sucks so bad. But like to expect, Zach had 10 catches last week at 52 years old. What did we expect to happen in the following week? Like when we talk about like the injuries and other things that happened to the team, like you relied on this dude to do that much. Although once again, that hit looked dirty to me.
Oh, it's dirty. Yeah. You don't hit that low. Like that's
Zach has been the consummate professional, and look, he has outperformed anything that I thought he was actually going to do this year. So like, in what I think more than anything, what he meant for that locker room has been huge. But I do think philosophically, this might be the thing that pushes them, and that hey, we gotta let some of this stuff go. I hate that that's the case. I wish people got their heads out of their asses so that we could start moving from this. But it does feel as though like it's forcing our hand.
So I'm excited to see the young guys play, but why did it have to take something like this to get there? Right? They're like that's the frustration. That's the frustration I have. So moving forward quickly, and then we go ahead.
Do you remember in the playoffs years ago? This is a long time. I feel old as shit. You remember Kobe Bryant got criticized for not passing the ball enough, and then what he did was he had that game where he refused to shoot.
Yep,
being an absolute fucking cocksucking dickhead, like just being spiteful, right? At times, it felt like Cliff was doing that to us as far as the first down runs. I don't know about you, but it felt like he didn't believe it. Like he didn't believe in it. It felt as though we were just doing it to do it. We were just doing it because it was like, all right, motherfuckers, you want me to do this? Fine. I'm going to do it. I'm sorry. This game, more than any other game that I've experienced, made me want to punch Cliff Kingsbury in the goddamn face. This is the first game where, like, I want Mike McDonald. Mike McDaniel. I'm looking at.
I'd take Mike McDonald
or him. Yeah,
you'd run more.
Any of them. This game, in the way that it happened and the way that I saw them, this one pissed me off. This one did piss me off. Like this one was. it's just, you could see all the little steps in the way that it was just starting to unravel. And every single way that unraveled was something that we specifically talked about not doing and dedicating yourself to doing something differently. And I hate when you have two amateur sons of bitches in their own places just talking in the fucking microphones that can call this shit out. And it's not like the defense dictated that you did something differently. You made a choice. And that's the part that I can't get over. Like, everybody that was coming for Joe Witt's head, and I'm like, dog, what do you want the motherfucker to do? He's doing everything he can do, right? And y'all want to come. I'm sorry. This right now is starting to get to a point where it feels as though some people want things to happen a certain way, and they are being stubborn about those things happening a certain way, and I am off that.
They're getting... Yeah. I'll just say yeah. Moving forward, 3-10, right? We got the 4 division games coming up. Giants, Eagles, Cowboys, Eagles to wrap up this disastrous season.
We'll lose a lot of those.
What do you want to see? Like, in terms of the personnel, in terms of the coaching, like, what do you want to see, KDot?
Not that. That's it. Not that. I don't. The outcomes of these games. Remember, going into this season, my level of where this team was compared to everybody else's level of where this team was. But I will know this. I know when I see something I don't like. I know when I see people regressing and not making progress. I know when I see those things. And when I see those things is when I got a problem. So, like, right now at this particular point in time, the only thing I give a fuck about is reps. As far as Jayden getting reps with the offense, that full offense, getting Noah Brown, who looked rusty as fuck, getting all these guys back into the fold. That's what I want to see. I want to see him getting reps with these guys and getting better. If I'm still seeing the same shit I'm seeing, that here's what I can't see this. A goose egg game like this, can't see. Because this is the first time right now. I don't know if you can feel it. I know he probably feels it this morning. I can smell it a little bit. You smell Dan Quinn's ass hairs just a little on fire. This is like that chair just got a little hot for the first time. Like, it's hot now. I don't think he's getting fired. I don't think anything can happen. Well, I'm not going to say if every performance the rest of the season is like this one. Like, straight up. Like,
yeah.
Like, I'm out. I'll admit that I was wrong. We out. Because look, I'm already starting to admit that Raheem Morris thing was fucking wrong. So, like, we're at that point. But it's like that's it. I can't see them do this. I can't see them give up. I can't see them look this demoralized. I can't see Jayden Daniels look like he's regressing. I can't see, hey, we got a run game that's working and we're not going to do it anyway. I can't see this. This looked deliberately bad, and I don't like this. And especially coming off of, what have I been begging? Can y'all just have 2 weeks back to back where y'all can be consistent on something that I can believe in? And they, every time, like, I will give them credit. They got the two. And they said, hey, fuck you. We're not doing this anymore. That, to me, is where I've got to see progress, man. What the fuck was that Hard Knocks? We lost. We're no longer lost. Motherfucker, y'all look lost as shit yesterday. All right? Y'all need a compass? Where the fuck were y'all?
What I want to see moving forward is these younger guys play. We are 3-10, and it's a lot more about the process now than the result, unfortunately, right? Like, that is where I'm at now. If I lose a game, but it's because younger guys are getting the opportunity, and now I have the information in the offseason going, we're not going to go with this guy. We're not going to go with this guy. This guy showed up. I want him here.
Right.
That is more useful this is all about next season now to me, right? Like, and that includes reps for Jayden Daniels. So when you hear that, that doesn't mean, oh, bubble wrap Jayden. I'm evaluating him too. Not as like the long-term starter, but because I feel good about that, but it is.
No, I don't.
How do you, fair enough. Okay. And that's fair. There are going to be other people that feel that way too. Right. So cool. It's going to make our pods a lot more interesting, but like, it's going to be necessary for him to learn to be able to protect himself. Right. Like, that's what we need to be able to see when he takes a hit. Can he get up immediately, or are we going to be holding our breath over and over and over and over again? Right. That's part of the evaluation. And then defensively, I'd like to see Johnny Newton play 23 snaps, 36%, Put it up a little bit, even if you give up a little more in the running game. Let's see what that looks like against the run. Jordan McGee at 55%, I'm actually fine with. Tyler Owens did not play a single snap on defense. Kane Medrano did not play a single snap on defense. Ali Cajo, when he's back, he was inactive. I would like to see what he can do, right? Like, this is what I want. Bobby Wagner, it was a blowout, played 100% of the snaps. Mm-hmm. I don't need him to play 100% of the snaps if we're down 3 scores or 4 scores, right? Like, let the younger guys go in, right? Like, at that point, especially at that point, and you just saw what happened to Zach, right? Like, that's what I want from this coaching staff, is a little less stubbornness, a little more malleability and adaptability, right? And going, okay, let's see what we have for next season.
I like, yeah, if we're looking at what's best for the organization, it's how about we know who's good and who's not good going into next season, right? So, like, or at least there's a hope that, in all honesty, I don't think you're going to be able to get a good evaluation of that because of the way they're playing, but I still think it's worth going in that direction, right? Yeah. But it's like, but I do believe, look, we've walked around here saying it can't get worse. It gets worse. Like, it can get worse. It can absolutely get demonstrably worse. But no, there is an angle of we need to know what's what. There, with as many contracts that are about to go up, like, do we want to feel good about any of them? Do we want to know what's on the shopping list compared to what's not on the shopping list? I mean, in my opinion, this could be just where it is that Adam Peters is, because this is where my head's at. Everyone deserves to have an upgrade. So, like, outside of the receiving room, and even that, like, they better be healthy. Otherwise, upgrades. So, like, I don't see a position outside of what? The offensive line?
Offensive line, I like. Yeah.
I still feel decent about the offensive line. Marcus Mariota, I don't know if you can re-sign him, depending on what's happening around the league, even though the Kyler Murray thing is going to be kind of interesting. There is the linebackers. Yeah, man, I want to see more out of those guys. But, like, the thing that I don't understand is, as far as, like, how much do they not trust these fuckers? Like, the Ben Sinnott thing, I see Ben Sinnott early on in the game, like, literally do exactly what he's supposed to do. Chip, release, he's right there, gets the ball, positive yards. Never see him again in that capacity. And when Zach got hurt, or it was pretty, Ben Sinnott, tight end 3, only in jumbo sets. Colson Yankoff's who we're going to go with. Why do you hate him so much? Or if it's going to be on defense and Bobby Wagner, which I understand, Bobby might not even want to come out, and there might be a situation where nobody wants to tell Bobby he's got to come out of the game. In all honesty, don't blame you. He'd scare me too if it told me you need to get out of the game and he's not going to want to. Understood. Understood, sir.
I mean, listen, if it scares you to take somebody out of the game, and I don't care who it is, you're in the wrong profession. You got to take him out. Like, I'm not blaming Bobby at all. I'm Bobby. See, I want to play.
That's the hard part. That's the hard part.
But that's a coach's job, right? Is to have that hard conversation and go, hey, sit a series.
But that's that thing. That's that tanking thing. That's the thing that gets awkward, right? So, like, look, right now where the season's at and everything is gone, like, it's hard for anyone to sell that you shouldn't just be trying things at this point, just to try them. Yes. My thing is not the framing of this thing at this particular point in time should not necessarily be we need to get the young guys reps. It's, are the young guys better than the vets? Can we see that? Can we verify whether or not that's true? Like, that's where I'm at. It's like you just got 31-0. A quarterback who was getting compared to Jamarcus Russell and Josh Rosen just burnt the fuck out of you. They have a geriatric fucking running back that burnt the fuck out of you. Okay? That's what happened. You got goose-egged. And, like, okay, I guess they could have scored 60 points, but it's 31. The outcome's the outcome, right? So, like, at the end of the day, is there a possibility that Kane Medrano and those guys out there could do a better job than what these guys are doing? That's where my head's at. Is like, I don't necessarily need to see Ben Sinnott just because I need to see a youth movement. Is this an upgrade over Zach? And if you guys are seeing whatever it is you're seeing on the training or in the practice field, or that there's a certain limit that you guys got to see because this is the standard, this, that, and the other. If this is your standard, that you need to throw some of this shit out and readjust who's actually hitting the standard and what's going on there. Because right now, the evaluation standpoint, as far as like what we're seeing in the practice field or what they're seeing then, I'm seeing a team that's lost. I'm seeing a team that admitted they were lost on Hard Knocks last week and then looks lost again this week, that's the other part that people aren't necessarily talking about enough. I don't love a head coach and a team saying that we're lost. Like, I don't love that. Like, that was the second part, but it was like, all right, well, maybe they woke up now. They didn't. They clearly didn't. So this is like, I'm searching for upgrades. Period. Now, if I start K Madrano and it's fucking god awful, probably go back out there. I don't give a shit. But you know what I know now?
Right.
Kane
ain't it. Yeah, exactly.
Great.
That's what we're looking for. We're running up against a hard stop, so we're going to go to the comment mailbag featuring an intro from our very own Nikki.
Comment mailbag time, motherfuckers. District divided, ain't got time for no suckers. Spread the word, get in line. OGs and new G's, it's your time. And spread the gospel, cause this shit is divine. Yeah.
All right, thank you as always for that intro, Nikki. Beginning with Paul Murray, shout out. Paul Murray, well, more than likely, there goes our high first-round pick. With practically no chance of making the playoffs. For me, his return is kind of bittersweet. Well, good news, Paul. That's looking pretty solid right now, that high first-round pick. KDot, your reaction. And Jamal Bibi-Charbon, we even said so. He's like, I think Jayden's going to play hero ball. We're going to lose. KDot, your reaction.
I take no solace in what I saw yesterday. Jayden, I take no solace in anything that I saw yesterday. I don't love this is where the fuck it is we're at all. I don't love that Jayden is making me look right. Like, I don't love that. I don't want that at all.
Here's Jamal Bibi-Charbon, who goes, things are working with Mariota, so we have to go and insert a big question mark into the game. Experience usually beats out youth, which echoes what KDot's been saying, which is that Mariota is the one that's been giving us the best chance to win these games.
Still lose, though. That's what it comes down to, right? If we're still, Mariota's won how many games this year? One?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, at the end of the day, like, that's what you're getting. Does the offense move on schedule better? Yeah. But do you know what else I saw? I saw us do that in the first fucking drive and then throw that script in the trash. The fuck?
Vindo goes, most of those intentional groundings were not intentional grounding. The ball was outside of the numbers and over the receiver's head, one of which was admitted by the league office saying it was not. You got to love getting it a full week later and are bad, which was horrible. KDot, your reaction?
It's the one. The one is the one. But all season, there are two things all season long that have annoyed the shit out of me. Intentional groundings. They're just... because most of the time it is on the quarterback, 100%. Like a lot of time, like the one or two times that I've seen, I was like Mariota throwing him, sailing it over the head. It was like everybody knew that was fucked up. That's what it is. But there have been other cases in which that is not. But and then also I just the lack of pace on offense and the close to delay games and I don't know how you run no huddle and still look as fucking slow as you do.
Yeah. We go to the Nathan Perry shout out. Here's hoping for an entertaining game where we leave healthy, screw draft position, and win. The exact opposite happened. KDot, your reaction?
Yeah, that's
B. Wheeler goes, that fumble on 3rd and 1 at the 3-minute mark against the Chicago Bears completely rewired everything. That was the turning point of the season. Almost every moment after that has been embarrassing as hell. There will be a lot of soul searching this offseason. The top 5 dudes in this organization are on somewhat of a hot seat. AP, DQ, Cliff, Witt, and JD need to make major adjustments this offseason. KDot, your reaction?
I believe that the hot seat is for everybody. I don't know who's going to, I don't think we're at a point where heads roll, but I think there is a hot seat. I think that right now, what we didn't expect to have happen is the next year is a make or break.
Yep.
And I think that we are lining up for that. And I don't know, did you see have you been paying attention to Von Miller's podcast?
I have.
Did you hear him talk about wanting to come back next year? That to me is like, this is now, you guys have set it up after the success of year 1, after the regression of year 2. Year 3 is, if you're Adam Peters, if you're Josh Harris, this is starting to become one of those, like, I want to give you guys the 5-year reign. I want to do that. But right now, you're fucking us up. And the other thing I want to say is that I don't agree as far as the Chicago Bears thing, because if you go back to the All-22, I've had criticism for this offense the entire year. I've not felt good about what this offense has done the entire season.
But to B. Wheeler's point, because I agree with it, it's the way you lose that game that can be demoralizing, that can lead to additional mistakes and stuff like that. It's just momentum in sports.
I just think it's a war of attrition into injuries that we lost this year, and then on top of that, I think that there is the regression.
It's not just the play, right? Mean, it's a larger tapestry of it, but that is.
I understand, but what I'm comparing, what I understand what everybody's saying, but I don't think that it's reached that level of the Hail Mary against Chicago last year and what that did to Chicago, or in my opinion. I don't expect anything for the rest of the season really to go right because of that drive that Minnesota put together.
Okay, and here's B. Wheeler again. I believe JD can be an elite quarterback in this league, but his ability to stay healthy is a legitimate concern now. Every play, I'm holding my breath when he drops back or takes off to run. KDot, your reaction to that?
I got a text yesterday during the game that I didn't know how to react to. I was fucking angry when I got it, but I'll read it. I know Jayden Daniels' mom don't want the comparisons, but to be honest, ... We're starting to get there. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. And I'm not one that wants to do the comparison game in that way, but you're seeing a situation in which every criticism that was levied against him coming out of college is looking so fucking right now. And what doesn't make sense is what happened last season. And last season is you proved something to us. And I'm not just talking about Jayden. I'm talking about Cliff Kingsbury. I'm talking about the offense, talking about everybody, right? You did something. You proved something last year. And it now you've gone back to everything we had any concerns about injury-wise or all of that shit. Because last year, he got hurt for those few weeks, but he played, right? We still got play from – he didn't miss that much time. We're getting to a point where everything that we had on that list as far as this is a concern, went out the window last year, and now they're back front and center in your fucking face. And if you can't see it, you're just being obtuse.
Going back to our QB draft debate, everything that happened last year was everything I saw.
Right.
And everything that's happening this year is everything you saw.
Right.
And now the question is, well, which one is real?
I think it's the combination of both.
Probably. Of
really
course it is. He's going to have his high moments and his low moments. It's, can we raise the floor, right? Can we maintain the ceiling, or are we now sacrificing ceiling to raise floor? That's what we need to figure out. That's why he needs to keep playing.
100 billion%. And look, if you're going to shoot Jayden Bell, which there's a lot of bail to shoot him, he hasn't been healthy. He hasn't had his full complement of receivers or anything. And he was going up against a Brian Flores defense, which, like I said, honestly, specifically designed to fuck him up this year.
Oh,
specifically designed.
This is also 4 straight games now where they have not allowed a passing touchdown, right? It's a good defense.
It's a good defense.
It's a good defense.
So and then the aspect, and this is where you get into Cliff Kingsbury stuff. You didn't do what you did with Marcus Mariota to make it best for him. Now, that being said, Jayden absolutely did not take advantage of a lot of things that were on the field. Not denying that at all. I even saw on the screen there were guys that were coming open. And it's I know that they're blitzing you, but you can get rid of the fucking football guy.
Brendan Nichols goes, KDot. No, this is good for you. Hand up. I was dead wrong. I thought JJ, Jamarcus Russell, McCarthy wouldn't be able to put up points even on your defense. KDot and Amit, quote, we lost, but we're not lost anymore, end quote. If this isn't being lost, what is it? Which is an excellent question, because we are more lost than we've ever been. The vibes were high entering this game. Jayden Daniels back, full complement of receivers, fully healthy offensive line that should have started week 1 now that Cosme's back. And you get blanked. KDot, your reaction?
I felt really high off that Hard Knocks episode, and brought right back down to earth in this.
Oh yeah,
one.
Stay tuned for that one, Tuesday 9 p.m.
Here's the other thing. I also think it's gonna. I don't think we got any sauce either. So it feels as though this is just every time. It feels as though what Hard Knocks is going to be is, hey, you see what Dom and the Eagles are doing? That's kind of cool. Hey, you see Jackson Dart? That's fun. Let's go to Ashburn.
Yep.
It's just,
actually,
it feels depressing.
Yeah. Jess Anto, to conclude the comment mailbag. Well, that was brutal. No hard feelings, KDot. I was just being a dick the last post. Love you, man. I seriously thought this team was finally turning it around, and they had a great chance of winning today. Man, I was wrong. 1 step forward, 12 backwards. They cannot get their heads out of their own asses. I'm not a fan of the Jekyll and Hyde personality this team has. 1 week they are trying hard and competing while losing. Then they get absolutely embarrassed and look like they have no idea what they're doing. To me, that's a sign of inconsistency in the game planning and messaging. This team was so consistent last year. I just don't understand what's so different besides the injuries and schedule. There's got to be something wrong going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. I had a lagging as game to watch. Could you fill me in on why Jayden went out? Love the show. This is going to be one hell of an offseason. Share this shit. So, Jess, why did Jayden go out? Throws a wide receiver screen, which, of course, Andrew Van Ginkel, best in the business. We said it in the last episode. Diagnoses, intercepts, and as Jayden's running back to try and make a tackle, this is a 40-yard interception return, by the way, he ends up getting pushed. He lands on said left elbow. He's grimacing for a moment, gets up. He's frustrated. They make the decision to pull him, basically. KDot, your reaction to the comment?
Number one, Jayden, you're not making that tackle.
Yeah, I don't want him to.
I just don't think it's that. You know, every time that I see any of that, do you know what pops in my head? Number one, Clinton Porter's preseason. Like, you remember the whole scene? She was like, ew. It was like, no. I think I've said it. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna start listening the first few weeks of this to the season, and I'm not gonna give myself credit if it's not there. But I do believe that internally for me, I always felt like something was off. It didn't feel like the locker room was the way that it was last year.
Oh, Nikki Javala nailed it. She was the one saying, hey, something feels weird right now, just before the season started.
I'm telling you, it didn't pass the sniff test. And, you know, I've been on here and I've been like, hey, I didn't like the body language, or, hey, I don't like the way Jayden's not necessarily smiling on the sidelines. Don't feel the same way. The only person on this entire roster that feels as though he's actually carried anything over from last year into this year, and I'm like, that's the mentality I want, is Sam fucking Hartman. And you know, just for that, oh shit, I hit the wrong fucking thing. My bad. You know, I just got he's the only person out there looking like he's doing anything worth a damn. And it felt like everybody else has just forgotten what the fuck happened last year and start feeling himself. I start at the top and I go all the way down. Y'all motherfuckers from the vets, you're old. You're fucking old now. Jayden, you're not the shit. Get back to being the shit. You're not the shit right now. All them commercials and all that kind of shit that we don't want to criticize you for, it ain't there yet. But you're getting there if you want to start hearing that nonsense. If you fucking, I don't want to see you in a fucking Madden commercial getting fucking goose egg, boy. I ain't trying to see that shit. Like, that's where we're at. Cliff Kingsbury, motherfuckers wanted to crown your ass last year, didn't they? How about you run the fucking football, get your head out of your ass, Cliff? I love you, Cliff. You got to get your head out of your ass. Dan Quinn, this is what it means to be a commander. The fuck does that mean? What does that mean? We were lost. Now we're not. Still look lost. Everybody's got to get some smoke. Everybody's responsible for this one. Everybody's got to do some soul searching, because it's going to take everybody to fix this shit if you want to fix it the right way. I believe in this team. I believe in the direction that they're going in. I truly do. But it's going to take these motherfuckers doing something differently than they're doing right now. And they cannot keep thinking, well, as long as we try hard and continue on this road, we're going to be okay. No, the game plan's wrong, guys. It's wrong.
I've said it for a while now. It starts at the top. You get these many results in a row in terms of just the L's. You got to look at the coaching staff. And so here we are. We'll find out. This was the show. This was District Divided, DC Sports Podcast, more specifically a Washington Commanders podcast. I'm Amit. That is KDot. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, comment as you always do, and KDot.
I don't know, share this, don't share it. If you're going to share it, make sure some of the Commanders players see it.
Yeah, seriously. We appreciate you guys, and we appreciate the efforts of numerous Commanders players. And we will see you guys for the preview episode against the New York Giants. We'll probably roll the all 22 into that one as well. Just turn around. Yeah, I know. So yeesh. Anyway, we'll see you guys Friday, 2 p.m. Take it easy.
Bye, everybody.
In DC, we're just hoping that you listen.